from hauntedflower.com and hauntedflowerreviews.com, and today I'm going to be reviewing Rock of Ages. Rock of Ages is based off of a Broadway musical, and they really stacked this movie full of familiar Hollywood faces. Not only are there tons of Hollywood faces, but there's tons of rock hits that are very familiar mainstream hits that all ears would recognize. And there are a lot of really good choices. I have to say, when the trailer came out for this, I was really pumped up. I'm not quite sure that the movie ended up really living up to the hype. There are a lot of things that in my head were going to be a lot better, a lot stronger, a lot more intense of a movie. It was a lot more comedic than I expected as well. Clearly, Alec Baldwin and Russell Brand are having a really great time managing the Bourbon Room, where most of the movie takes place, as a venue for rock acts to come in and perform. Stacie Jaxx being played by Tom Cruise. Oh my God, he is having a heck of a good time out there. He is loving this. He plays the pauses, he plays the awkwardness. He loves being a sex god of rock. He loves hanging out with a monkey. Clearly, all his scenes are set up really well, and he's having a great time, and he does his own vocals, and they sound really good. In fact, all of these Hollywood actors are doing their own vocals, and I have to say, they're not bad. They're actually really good. But I have to say, when Mary J. Blige comes in and starts singing, the movie gets risen to a whole new level with her vocals. But that's what's going to happen when you bring in someone who's a singer first. She just comes off as way more talented than anyone else in the movie at singing. Everyone has really crazy 80s hair. The main plot involves Stacie Jaxx is coming to play at the Bourbon Room. There's a small town girl and boy who work there and have aspirations of becoming great singers or rockers themselves. And things don't always work out that way. It's a very classic come to Hollywood story and end up waitressing and dreaming about the day you hit it big. Bourbon Room is in financial troubles. The mayor and his wife are trying to get it shut down. The wife is played by Zeta-Jones with a lot of zest and energy and some high kicks. Meanwhile, Stacie Jaxx is also kind of doing a little bit of soul searching when he's not being absolutely crazy. He kind of starts to form a little bit of an attraction to the Rolling Stone reporter played by Malin Akerman. And their scenes are really funny. I don't even know if they meant to be as funny as they are, but they are really funny. Alec Baldwin and Russell Brand have forever changed the way I will ever hear the song I Can't Fight This Feeling Anymore. That scene was really amazing and hilarious. There are a lot of great songs and interesting medleys, but sadly enough, for a movie that's a musical, it doesn't make me want to go get the soundtrack because none of the voices make the songs sound better or are in an intriguing arrangement that makes me want to listen to them that way. It's kind of a little just really good karaoke at times. In spite of that, I can't stop singing all the songs around my house. A lot of them just really stuck with me anyway. And there were some really interesting medleys. I liked how they mixed We Built This City on Rock and Roll with We're Not Going to Take It Anymore. That was a really fun back and forth call and response sort of song. So they did some really good medleys, but just nothing that I need the soundtrack for. The most disappointing part to me, which I didn't expect a whole lot from anyway, is the plot line with the small town girl and small town boy played by the only actors I didn't recognize in the cast, which were Diego Boneta and Julianne Hough. I guess she won twice on Dancing with the Stars. I have no idea what he's done, but you know, they're young love, but they're torn apart by some rock and roll circumstances, and I won't tell you directly where their storylines go. Let's just say hers involves some dancing, and his also involves some things he didn't really plan on doing, which are really funny, and I didn't expect. I just really didn't get behind either of them. He's good, he's all right. I don't know what's up with his hair, and she, while also having big 80s hair, she really just kind of looks and sounds like Hayden Panettiere from Heroes. Like, she has a little voice. She sounds like her when she sings. It doesn't scream rock and roll to me at any point. In fact, it does go country a few times with the way she sings, which it made sense when I did read up on her later that she does do more country music than regular. But when she's trying to do rock and roll and really belt out some of those little like things you go off and just make notes with your voice, it just doesn't really work. She's so bubblegum. I really just didn't want to root for her or really care about her storyline. I was really more interested in what's going on with Stacie Jaxx and the guys at the Bourbon Room and having all that kinds of fun. So I think it's definitely worth watching and checking out, but you should probably go in with low expectations because it really didn't meet mine. I was hoping it would be just a little bit better than it was. In my head, some scenes may have gone differently. It's really feel good by the time you get to the ending. And there's a lot of great songs, a lot of fun humor, just not quite there. So close, but not quite there. Thank you for watching my review, and I hope you'll join me again for another review. Bye!
If you like this review, go to my site at hauntedflowerreviews.com. I also have a podcast on iTunes. Please leave me ratings and comments. Also, we have a store, hauntedflower.com, where you can find the best online apparel and accessories from movies, TV shows, anime, and more. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/hauntedflower, and that's where we have all of our contests too, so you can win free stuff. Go to indiemojo.com if you live in Indianapolis, and you can find out how to go to free movies.